evolution spiral. We are going to the beginning of the spiral. We are in Paleozoic era,
Paleozoic era.
570 to 248 million years ago. The groups of invertebrates, animals without backbone, became widespread in the seas during this era. The first fish appeared and first land plants came into existence. Land animals evolved, including insects and amphibian creatures that can live on land and water. At the end of this era, many species became extinct. So now we are in
Cambrian period.
Cambrian period, 570 to 505 million years ago. The first time division of the Paleozoic era is the Cambrian period. During this time, the seas were inhabited by many invertebrates, animals without a backbone that still exist today. They include the arthropods, animals without a backbone with the joint body case, and mollusks, soft-bodied animals without a backbone protected by land shell.
Trilobite.
550 million years ago, trilobites. There were more than 10,000 species of trilobites. Trilobites were marine invertebrates, animals without backbone, and most measured only 3 to 10 centimeters or 1 to 4 inches length. To protect themselves from predators, trilobites could curl up like wood lice. Here you can see fossilized trilobite, the three-part body consisting of head shield, thorax and tail shield gave the trilobite's name. Here you can see head shield and here long thorax and tail shield. Now we are moving to
Ordovician period.
Ordovician period, 505 to 436 million years ago. Mollusks, first-bodied animals without the backbone protected by hard shell, such as nautiloids, inhabited in the seas. Marine trilobites were still the most common creatures. Bivalves, mollusks with two-part shell, lived near the shoreline. Corals formed reefed, and the first vertebrates, animals with the backbone, evolved as jawless fish.
Nautiloid mollusk.
Only one type of nautiloid survives today, although they were abundant in Paleozoic era. Nautiloids are a group of primitive sea-dwelling mollusks, soft-bodied animals without a backbone, protected by a hard shell. Nautiloids would have grasped its food with tentacles that protruded from its shell, spiral shell. This is the fossilized shell of a rare species of nautiloid. Here you can see a coiled shell, and here you can see uncoiled final section. Now we are moving into
Silurian period.
438 to 408 million years ago. Land plants were evolved in the Silurian period, as did land-dwelling arthropods, animals without backbone but with joint body cases, such as scorpions and millipedes. Jawed fish and sea scorpions appeared in the oceans. The shallow seas were rich in life, including corals and mollusks, soft-bodied animals without a backbone protected by a hard shell.
Halosites.
Once found worldwide, halosites were was a coral that lived in the warm, shallow waters, Ordovician and Silurian periods. Halocytes had a sac-like body with the mouth and tentacles, but it built tubes 5 centimeters 2 inches long, with the stuck together and formed coral rift. Here you can see coral colony. Each tube of coral was created by the halocyte that once lived in it. Tubes of coral here and ribbon-like formation. Now we are moving into
Devonian period.
408 to 362 million years ago. This was the age of fish. The first sharks and many new types of fish thrived in the seas. Some bony fish were air-breathing, and these evolved into four-footed amphibians, animals that can live on land and water. Corals became more abundant. Giant horsetails and ferns from the first forests and wingless insect evolved.
Mucrospirifer.
This Mucrospirifer or butterfly shell is a brachiopod, a type of marine animals with two shells. There were a great number of brachiopods on Devonian period, although there are very few living species today. Microspirifers lived on the muddy seabed and fed by filtering tiny creatures from the seawater. Here you can see a shell structure. This is one half of the micropirifer shell hinged together. The two halves open to take in food. Here you can see long hinge. Here growth lines, and here radiating ribs. Now we are in
Carboniferous period.
362 to 290 million years ago. During this period, swamp forms, swamp forest flourished. Their remains later formed layers of coal-bearing rock. A variety of amphibians, animals that can live on land and in water, made their home beneath giant horsetails and tree ferns. Primitive alligator-like reptiles, animals that have waterproof skin and lay eggs, appeared for this first time.
Tetrapod.
The four-legged descendants of fish, the tetrapods, were able to survive on land. The reptiles, animals that have waterproof skin and lay eggs, that dominated the earth during the Carboniferous period, had evolved into tetrapods. Here you can see an early reptile. Vestrolothiana Lysiak is thought to be an early lizard with the first known reptile. Flat skull, sprawling legs, lizard-like body.
Permian period.
290 to 248 million years ago. Conditions became much drier and cooler in this period. Forest of conifers replaced the ferns of the Carboniferous period. Three distinct groups of mammals-like reptiles dominated life on Earth: the Cotylosaurs and Pelycosaurs and Therapsids. Towards the end of this period, 96% of known species become extinct.
Dimetrodon.
The reptile Dimetrodon was a Pelycosaur, the member of group of that much later evolved into dinosaurs and mammals, animals that have hair and feed They are young on milk. They were cold-blooded animals and had sprawling stance, unlike that of the water dinosaurs. Later dinosaurs. Here you can see sharp teeth. The Dimetrodon used its dagger-like teeth to prey on other pelycosaurs. Here you can see nostrils, here sharp teeth, and here eye sockets. Now we are in
Mesozoic era.
248 to 65 million years ago. Reptiles were dominant life form during this era. Best known of these were dinosaurs, which existed for more than 150 million years. The first bird and mammals were evolved. At the end of this era, many species, including many dinosaurs, died out, leaving birds and mammals to thrive.
Triassic period.
248 to 208 million years ago, many different reptiles evolved during Triassic period, including dinosaurs. Shrew-like mammals, crocodiles, tortoises, forked, and lizard appeared. Pterosaurs, flying reptiles, glided through the air. The sea was inhabited by mollusks, soft-bodied animals without a backbone, protected by hard shell. Corals, sea lilies, and fish.
Herrerasaurus.
One of the earliest known and among most primitive of dinosaurs, Herrerasaurus was a bipedal two-legged carnivore, flesh eater. It was about the size of a small car and lighter than a pony. Agile hunter, Herrerasaurus had a long hindlimbs and could run swiftly after the prey. Here you can see grasping claws, here slender build, here powerful thighs.
Plateosaurus.
The remains of Plateosaurus have been found in many sites in Europe. Plateosaurus evolved during the Triassic period and was long, four-legged plant eater with a bulky body, a long, flexible neck, and a small skull. T-top browser, rearing up on its hind legs. Plateosaurus fed on foliage high above the ground. Here you can see small skull, here long flexible link, and here stout limbs.
Benthasuchus skull.
The wide range of amphibians, animals that can live on land and water, had evolved during the Carboniferous period. Benthosaurus was a crocodile-like amphibian that hunted for fish during Triassic period. Here you can see Benthosaurus skull. Like all amphibians, Benthosaurus was a fish eater. Here you can see nostrils, here snout, and eye socket. Now we came to
Jurassic period.
208 to 144 million years ago. During the Jurassic period, the dinosaurs evolved into some of the largest creatures ever to live in Earth. The sea was ruled by reptiles such as paleosaurs and ichthyosaurs, while pterosaurs, flying reptiles, dominated the air. Mammals remained small shrew-like creatures. By the end of this period, the first known bird, Archaeopteryx, had appeared.
Compsognathus.
About the size of the small cat or chicken. Compsognathus was one of the smallest dinosaurs. Many scientists now think that the birds had descended from the small fish, flesh-eating dinosaur like Compsognathus. Here, the fast runner, the Compsognathus could run at high speed when chasing after its prey. Here you can see long narrowed head, and it's a slim build. And here you can see the hind legs.
Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus were a group of dinosaurs that evolved during the Jurassic period. The largest Stegosaurus was Stegosaurus. Uh, Stegosaurus had a small head and a massive armored body with rows of bony plates that ran from the neck to the halfway down uh, the spiky tail. Uh, Here the spiky armor. Stegosaurus probably used the spikes uh, uh, on its tail for defense. Here you can see small skull, here the bony plates, and here tail spikes.
Dragonfly. Dragonfly.
Here you can see the insects were the first animals capable of powered flight by flapping their wings to stay in the air. During the Carboniferous period, insects had evolved into larger forms. Some dragonflies had a wide span of 75 centimeters, 2 feet, 5 inches, but were smaller shapes to the today's dragonflies. Here you can see fossilized dragonfly. They are this delicate fossil from the Jurassic period, 280 to 144 million years ago, was preserved in mud. Here you can see head, and here you can see delicate wings. Now we came to
Cretaceous period.
144 to 65 million years ago. Dinosaurs still dominated the earth, and the skies were filled with pterosaurs, flying reptiles. The seas were inhabited by mosasaurs, giant lizards, and on land, flowering plants appeared, along with bees and butterflies. At the end of this period, the mass extinction wiped out the dinosaurs and many other animal groups.
Pterodactylus.
Pterosaurs were warm-blooded reptiles, animals that have waterproof skin and lay eggs, related to dinosaurs. They were first flying vertebrates, animals with backbone to evolve. Pterodactylus was pterosaur with wingspan of 75 centimeters, 2 feet 5 inches. Here you can see a skillful flyer. Pterodactylus probably swooped down to snatch insects and fish. Here you can see narrow jaws. Here you can see long hand bones, and here you can see skin covered wings.
Deinonychus.
Predatory dinosaurs such as Deinonychus evolved during the Cretaceous period. With a powerful jaw and claws, Deinonychus was a strong, successful hunter. It may have been warm-blooded. Lethal weapon, the tickle-shaped claws could rip through a victim's flesh. Here you can see strong jaw, and here slashing claws, and here stiffened tail.
Tyrannosaurus.
By the late Cretaceous period, some of the largest flesh-eating animals of all time had evolved, including fierce dinosaur Tyrannosaurus. This awesome predator was armed with the powerful jaws, stick knife teeth, and sharp claws for attacking its prey. Here the killer teeth. Tyrannosaurus had teeth up to 18 centimeters, 7-inch long. They could tear flesh. Tear flesh easily. Here the powerful jaws, and here tiny arms. Here the muscular thigh. Now we came to
Cenozoic era.
65 million years ago to today. The Earth's land masses evolved into their modern positions during this era, and some continents became separated. Distinctive group of animals evolved on each continent, including humans who spread worldwide, attempting to conditions on Earth continent. Mammals had evolved, including creatures as diverse as bats, whales, zebras, and humans.
Tertiary period.
65 million to 2 million years ago. During this period, the climate was generally warmer than it's today. Vegetation was more varied and included first grasses. Mammals and birds began to thrive now that dinosaurs has died out. Fossils from this period include remains of Australopithecus, the ancestor of modern humans.
Hyracotherium.
Horses evolved soon after dinosaurs became extinct. Hyracotherium is believed to be a direct ancestor of today's horses. Hyracotherium had four-toed front legs, and modern horses that evolved with one weight-bearing toe on each foot. Here you can see small plant data. The Hyracotherium was only 60 centimeters long, 2 feet, and grazed on the newly evolving grasses. Here you can see the elongated skull, four-toed front legs, and here three-toed hind legs.
Quaternary period.
2 million years ago to today. The Quaternary period is often called the Great Ice Age. The Earth's climates became so cold that ice from the north and some poles spread out over the land. Some 10,000 years ago, the late Ice Age gave way to much warmer period known as Holocene or recent epoch. During this time, humans evolved to become the dominant species.
Homo erectus.
Human evolved relatively recently. Homo erectus is thought to be an ancestor of modern humans. Remains of this powerfully built and heavily boned people have been found in Asia, Africa, and Europe. They were able to make tools and use fire. Intelligent species. Homo erectus had much larger brain than earlier human-like creatures. Here you can see a deep eye socket, and here you can see thick domed skull. Theory of evolution. Some people believe that all living things were specially created, and that each species always stayed the same, but more scientists take the different view. They believe that living things slowly change as one generation succeeds another, the process known as evolution. Darwin and Wallace. The English biologist Charles Darwin, 1809 to 82, and Alfred Russel Wallace, 1822 to 1913, studied hundreds of different plants and animals. They noticed that there were variation within each species, with some more successful than others. They observed that the individual whose variations helped them to thrive in competitive environment produced more offspring that survived. As a result, their successful characteristics were passed into future generations. Equally, those individuals that were less well suited to their environment slowly disappeared because they failed to survive. Darwin and Wallace called this natural selection. Modern research into genetics, the link between successful generations of living things, has supported Darwin's and Wallace's ideas. Fossil records, fossils are the remains of living things that have been preserved, usually been mineralized, turned into rock. Over millions of years, the Earth's crust has accumulated thick layers of dust particles with old dust at the bottom and newest at the top. Uh, by comparing fossils from layers uh, of rock of different ages, scientists can see how species have gradually changed throughout the ages. Some species from millions of years ago, MYA, still thrive today, but many other species have become extinct. Extinction is permanent. Disappearance of species.